even if it wasn't taken from someone like, a Sophie girl, like where they have child porn that they're distributing and blackmailing people and shit with it. That's beyond fucked up. The most disturb. Oh my god, there's an actual question in there. Holy shit! No way. The most disturbing topic I've actually covered. Uh, Kind of hard to say. I guess probably the TikTok child porn thing. And then actually take that back. That was pretty bad, but the most recent, the Sophie Ryan thing, that's probably the worst because there's actual like I had to see some fucked shit for that one. Basically, TikTok is like the shit will get shared on there and it gets removed quickly, but the problem is it pops up in what is called your For You page, which is like your feed, like your Facebook feed, your news page, and it plays automatically no matter what. That's how I found out about this shit. And in the last video specifically, I saw censored versions of this, thankfully. And the original TikTok like incident that I reported on, I was reporting content that I saw, so inadvertently, yes, but it's not like I'm keeping shit and like keeping on my computer editing it. I don't have to go through anything like that. Like I wouldn't do these videos like that.
Uh, it's just bad. It's cringy, and it's just messed up to see a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff. That's why I made that child porn video thing, exposing that because that was a huge thing, huge, and it was for like a week straight. You couldn't even change your profile picture on there a while ago. They'd black you out or gray you out or whatever. And I finally got to change mine, but people were already starting to spread shit around, and now it's basically just gore again. But I mean, my thought on that is like gore is one thing. I'm desensitized to that, and I did that intentionally through like an edgy phase in my teens. It ended up paying off because shock sites don't shock me anymore. It's kind of like a oh, okay, but it's different when it's something like that, especially as a parent. Even when I wasn't a parent, I swear to God, I know, and I never thought like I've never been one with keeping up with trends. I've been very anti-trend, but having to see that much of children it was bad. I stopped reporting it. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take looking at it anymore, and it was just fucking disgusting. And these kids are sharing that around. It's like, okay, that's a felony, and you're exploiting a child whether you know it or not, and it's fucked up. Um, I would avoid TikTok honestly in a lot of different ways, unless you're already there and you got your setup and you're cool with it. It one way or another it ends up being some toxic shit. And yes, I know if you interact with certain things, you get it in your algorithm, and that's where I went wrong because I would go into these comments and be like, "Fucking report this," but it's like a mass sharing of either trolling, either gore. Like the big one is, and it's fucked up because my daughter's on TikTok, and so is my son. You know, the thing with TikTok is your profile picture can be a video. Why? I don't know. I think it's stupid, but they'll put a lot of more recent suicide videos or gore videos in general, and it's like, holy shit. Like, the last thing I want my 10-year-old son seeing is someone blowing their head off with a shotgun. You know, that may not bother me. That's gonna fuck his brain up. No pun intended. That's bad. But that's what they were doing with other things. And it's even worse. I can't even believe it. Like, holy shit. So being in 2020 at the time, because I think that's what it was, just before the new year this was really happening, and having to see so much of that shit, it's like, holy fuck. I mean, that gap between years here is crazy. When this was common, this is not common. This is supposed to be something that's like insanely illegal and bad, and you can't just find it. If anybody remembers LimeWire, that was the only time that I've ever had an incident where like shit like that popped up, or I've been able to, or had to see that. And I was like 13 at the time, so it didn't phase me too much then, and realized, I wasn't fully grasping what I was looking at. I was just like, okay, I wanted a Corn album, which is very true. I was very into Corn back then, not a porn video. the LimeWire was fucked up. It's like, what the fuck is happening? There was a girl going on live on TikTok, which you have to have 1,000 subscribers to do, and she was 13. She gave out her first and middle name, where she lived. There was she had like 500 fucking middle-aged men in her comments saying the most disgusting things, and she was just queefing. Yep. That was a thing.